If you want to become a professional electrician, you don't need to take on thousands of dollars in student loans. Through the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, you can enter an apprenticeship where you are literally getting paid to learn the trade. Instead of paying tuition, you earn a paycheck from day one. In Florida, starting wages for first-year apprentices range from roughly $13 to $21 an hour, depending on your local union and classification. As you log your hours and progress through the academic curriculum, you receive guaranteed, scheduled raises. By the time you reach your fourth or fifth year, your hourly rate increases significantly. The program balances field experience with classroom instruction. You work full-time during the day on active job sites, and you attend training school a couple of nights a week to master the electrical code and theory. You graduate with a journeyman wireman ticket, years of on-the-job experience, and zero student debt. You bypass the financial burden of a traditional university degree while securing a highly skilled, high-paying career. To start this process, you need to meet a few basic requirements. First, you must be at least 18 years old at the time of application, and you need a high school diploma or a GED. Next are the logistical minimums. You need a valid driver's license and reliable personal transportation, because you will be required to commute to various construction sites across your local geographical jurisdiction. You must also be physically capable of performing demanding construction work. This means climbing ladders, working at various heights, and crawling through confined spaces like attics and manholes. Then comes the educational prerequisite, where many applicants get stuck. You must have an official high school or college transcript showing you completed one full credit of algebra with a passing grade. If you did not take algebra, or if you didn't pass, you are not locked out. You can complete the Electrical Training Alliance's online Tech Math course. Providing documentation that you successfully passed this specific alternative course satisfies the algebra requirement. Meeting these criteria simply gets you to the starting line. These are the mandatory, non-negotiable items you need just to enter the application system. Your training is managed by your local JATC, which stands for Joint Apprenticeship and Training Committee. This is the official training school run jointly by the local union and electrical contractors. The JATC system operates statewide. Whether you are applying to the Florida East Coast Committee near Miami, the Tampa area JATC, or the Electrical Training Alliance of Jacksonville, you will deal directly with your local office. To apply, you will typically create an account on your local JATC's web portal and submit your information online. However, a few local offices still require you to apply in person during specific business hours, so always check your local chapter's instructions. When you apply, you must submit exact documentation. The first critical item is a sealed official copy of your school transcripts to verify your education and that algebra credit. You also need to provide valid government-issued identification. This means bringing your driver's license and your actual Social Security card. Finally, if you have prior military service, you must submit a copy of your DD-214 form to verify your training and re-enlistment codes. Have all of these documents perfectly compiled before you begin. The application cycle runs continuously, but the process from submission to acceptance often takes between 6 to 12 months. Missing a single document will trigger an immediate rejection, forcing you to start over. Once your application is verified, the office will schedule you for the electrical industry's standard aptitude test. It is a strictly timed 2-part exam covering math and reading comprehension. This sample test page shows the exact math complexity you will face, requiring you to read a plotted coordinate graph and solve the algebra problem y equals x over 2 minus 5. This passage from the reading comprehension section shows the density of the text. You will need to rapidly read multi-paragraph passages, like this one covering Mayan civilization, and accurately answer questions based only on the provided information. You must obtain a qualifying score on this test to proceed. Failing the test stops your application instantly. Hitting the passing mark is what allows you to move into the final phase of the process, the in-person interview. The final step is an interview in front of the local training committee. They evaluate traits that a test cannot measure: your reliability, your overall attitude, and your eagerness to perform hard physical labor. The committee members listen to your answers, factor in any prior construction experience or letters of recommendation, and calculate an average score. That percentage is your final interview score. Based on that score, you are placed onto the JATC ranking list. This is a living queue of all qualified applicants. If you score highly, you are placed near the top. If you score poorly, you sit near the bottom. When contractors call the local union needing apprentices for upcoming jobs, the JATC pulls names strictly from the very top of that ranking list. Once your name is pulled, you are officially offered an apprenticeship. At that exact moment, you must pass a physical examination to prove you can perform the essential functions of the job, along with a strict zero-tolerance drug screen. Your rank is everything. A high interview score means you move from a waiting list to a paying job site quickly, while a low score means you could be waiting for months or even years. To review your action plan, verify your minimum requirements and algebra credit, submit a flawless application with all your documents, study for the aptitude test, and perform well in your interview to secure a high rank. If you need to brush up on your skills, visit electriciantutor.com for targeted aptitude test practice materials and study guides tailored specifically to the IBEW exam. Next, find the closest JATC facility to where you live in Florida. Read through their specific website instructions and start gathering your transcripts today. The application process is thorough, and the standards are high because the reward is a highly respected, lucrative career. Take that first step today and start building your future.